to welcome you to another episode of the Mission Matters Business Podcast, your source for all things business. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at @AskAdamTorres. Keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, missionmatters.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so I have Jared Valdez on the line. He's an admin and database manager over at Kitcaster. Jared, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me.
So, Jared, excited to get into today onto your entrepreneurial journey. I read kind of some of the show notes in prepping for the interview and talking about Roblox and some other things you've done. So let's just kick it off by you giving us a little bit more of your background. So, how did you get started really as an entrepreneur in business?
So the rundown is I started about around 9 years old. So I was just Googling random games where I can create my own game. And I stumbled upon Roblox. And I started scripting, programming with a language called Lua. And so, I got the gist of the scripting language. And then I started taking at a marketplace for code, and I started taking that code and modifying it. And then I would modify it to the point where it was unrecognizable. So I created my own games out of this code, and it got really popular. I got about 150 million impressions on the site itself. And, it was pretty, it was really intense just how many people knew me and the exposure of, my game creations. It wasn't just game creations. It was like I had to create advertising campaigns and just, really have to get it out there. Yeah.
That's awesome. No, that's awesome. And what I love about this is that, I think a lot of cool entrepreneurial ventures start pretty young. And I just see people that, some people had some people had the paper route back in the day. Some people did other odd things or this or that. And I'm like, wait a minute, this guy's over here in games and gaming. I think it's a really cool story. So what kind of things did you learn from that experience, or have you learned from that kind of experience?
The experience in itself, I felt like was the catalyst to open me up into all the different things I've done in my life. One of the most prominent things I can take from the experience is the coding, the marketing, and the sales aspect of it. They all coincide. So I just really feel like that has compounded my skills and really have, elevated, just the direction I'm supposed to go. And, yeah.
That's cool. So that being said, there's some younger audience. Maybe they're not quite as far along in you in terms of their entrepreneurial journey, and they're kind of, they're still out there getting started. What kind of advice would you give to that young entrepreneur that's out there right now listening, maybe, and in terms of how to kind of take that next step on their journey?
I would say really listen to your intuition and try to follow that. Like, what are you good at? What aren't you good at, and really pay attention to that. That's what I've done. I've just, I'm not good here. It sucks that you're not good at that, but you need to move forward and move towards the things that you are good at, and really hone in on the skills.
Man, those are some wise words, man. I agree with that completely. So what's next for Jared, like whether it's with Roblox or just in general? So what kind of things are next for you?
So right now, I've worked at 3 startups. I'm at my 3rd startup called Kitcaster. We place people on podcast recordings, top tech talent, such as this podcast. And we are doing some pretty big things. I'm really excited to be part of the team and, help it grow into something amazing. So that's my ultimate goal. And then I also have ventures on the side. Like, I'm still creating games. I restarted my studio. It's called Studio Jer, and I do want to revamp my old game creations and try to make again. And I'm a YouTuber, and I'm trying to start my own business on the side, just refurbishing broken electronics. So that'd kind of be some residual income.